Last time I was at Classic, I got schooled. I know I'm not ready to audition for Welding with the Stars. Note to self, possible new show idea. I wonder how Cameron Diaz would look wielding a MIG welder. Sorry, back to reality. You know, there's a lot of history to work with a truck that's been around for more than 65 years.
Most of the fabrication work inside the cab should be out of the way now, which means we can start to focus on the sheet metal on the outside. This looks nice. Finish this off?
Yep, how you doing? Pretty good. How you doing today, Dan? We took the hood off because we wanted to go ahead and pull the belting off. The seam actually was installed through the hood through these little slots it had going from front to back, and they were twisted from the factory. So we went ahead and we untwisted them and popped them off with the pry bar.
Two-part or split hoods were standard in the 40s and 50s. Two pieces were cheaper and easy to build.
Well, we took the hood off and we cleaned the seam after we removed the belt. Well, it looks like the hood had several layers of paint. It looks like it was red, green, white, and possibly even a black color. So it's the hood has been painted many times.
The trick is not to break the hood apart. I mean, it can be done, but you're setting yourself up for a lot of unnecessary alignment work later. In this era, what looked like purely decorative pieces was usually hiding bolt heads or seams. So we need to look under every badge and trim item to turn this into a clean one-piece hood.
We went ahead and tack welded the seam to keep it from flexing. Now that we've ground it all down, now it's ready to go ahead and spread some lead over it, make it a nice one-piece finish.
Yes, he said lead. Not putty or filler, real old-school lead. Hey, if you're building vintage, you may as well go all the way.
This was my first time Frenching headlights, so it was something that was kind of new to me, being able to check it out, experience it, know what I'm supposed to do to get it all done right. So it took a little bit of extra time for me to kind of look it over and see exactly what I'm supposed to do.
We were using the airsoft. We went ahead and traced a little line around the fender just to get enough clearance to make sure the bucket fit in nice and snug. To French the headlight, you want to make sure you got the proper dimension, so we went ahead and we cut around the fender. Once we got enough clearance in there, we were able to fit the buckets up flush to the fender. We did have to heat it a little bit with the torch that we got from air gas, the oxyacetylene setup. It creates a lot of heat and it lets you manipulate the sheet metal and get it a little closer to meet up with the edge of the bucket. Once we got the edge of the bucket lined up, we went ahead and we got the hammer and dolly, got a little closer, and then we went ahead and put a couple tack welds in.
Hot metal's easier to manipulate into shape, but it's not a must-do. You can hammer and dolly all day without heat and get the same results.
You go ahead and trim it to where you can get the buckets into place.
Once the headlight bucket can clearly slide into a wider hole, Edgar can start to tack the fender seam to give the area a smooth appearance and strengthen the opening. Before the bucket is tack welded, marks are made on the fender and bucket ring to be sure that the light is aligned properly. Even though it's round, the alignment tabs inside must be set at 9, 12, and 3 o'clock to be certain that the light will sit properly inside the bucket.
It's basically for a custom look overall, just to make the truck look different in appearance. When you French your headlights, it's basically insets the headlights and make it to where it's the overall front of the truck just has a more updated appearance to it.
With all that nice smooth chrome, how do you change the bulb?
I just gotta go screw it in.
You read the manual.
If the bucket has been set properly, the headlight should have perfect vertical and horizontal lines running across the glass. If not, well, you know what needs to happen next. You throw something.
I am satisfied with the way the headlights came out. They actually look very nice. We didn't get any gaps in them or anything like that around the trim rings.
Perfect. A quick job that'll have an impressive impact on the look of this classic truck.
La lumière, c'est magnifique, c'est terrifique. That's how you French a headlight.